What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my best tips on how to improve your reaction time while holding angles, and overall how you can hold better angles alongside of that. So no more will you have to smash your monitor because an Ash has somehow managed to run straight past your gun and one-tap you after you've been patiently watching that angle for the last minute or so. So really quickly, guys, I just want to give a shout out to last week's comment winner for coming up with this idea. So yeah, thank you, Hardka. Really appreciate the comment. It's a really good topic and always see you in the streams and stuff. So yeah, thank you for the ongoing support, my friend. It doesn't go unnoticed. In the same way as last week, whatever it is that you want to see me cover, leave a comment down below on where you want to improve, and the comment with the most likes will get a little shout out, and I'll cover that topic in next week's tutorial. Again, as per usual, just a quick little disclaimer. Your reaction time is your reaction time, okay? So you can improve this by exercising, playing sport, eating healthy, and having a good night's sleep and things like that. You can also hinder it by things like drinking, extended gaming sessions, caffeine crashes, and yeah, other things similar. So all of these sorts of things are not what I'm going to be talking about during this video for obvious reasons, i.e. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not a health expert, so yeah, in this video I'm going to be solely talking about in-game tips and tricks, as well as some little online trainers. So without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1, humanbenchmark.com. So this little tip is one that I actually seen from a YouTuber called Noted. He's an absolute Rainbow Six beast. But yeah, I noticed it when I started playing first, and in my personal opinion, it really does help. Basically, it's just a web page that allows you to test your reaction time, right? So obviously just knowing your reaction time isn't going to make it better, but if you simply just spend 5 minutes a day before you get into terrorist hunts or whatever sort of aim training / warm-up stuff you do, it's going to train you to react to a change in environment faster, responding with a left click. Right, so then when you tie that into holding an angle, as soon as the environment changes, i.e. a player walking past, you're already going to be pre-programmed to smash down that left click. It allows you to watch your improvement. So if you say do it for 5 minutes every day, then write down your overall score, you can see your reaction time then improve over time, if that makes sense. It's simple but effective. Tip number 2, remain aware and don't hold passively. So what I mean by this is that when you've taken the responsibility of holding down an angle, that is your job until you otherwise say so. Of course, you have to still try and remain aware of your surroundings and have a good understanding of where your teammates are currently to prevent you from being flanked and stuff. But in the end of the day, when you say, I'm watching main stairs or something along those lines, that is your number one priority. Your teammates are relying on you to hit that shot and lock down that area of the map. If you're casually holding an angle without really paying attention to it, it makes it so much easier for an enemy to really quick sprint past and breach your defense. Remain fully focused on the current job you're doing. Don't get distracted, as this will severely decrease that reaction time. Stay hyper aware, guys. Tip number 3, try peeking angles. So when I hold long angles, something that I've been punished for in the higher ranks is holding an angle constantly without shifting my body positioning and moving in and out of cover. So I've got a good example of this from the second floor bomb site on Oregon, which I'm going to show you now. So take a look at the way that I move my body during this hold. Now, quickly, I don't preach to be an expert quick peeker, but by bouncing in and out of cover, crouch peeking up and down, and kind of strafing left and right, I make it a lot harder for the enemy to see me, and boom, I was able to land that shot. Little things like this, it's going to make you a lot harder to hit whilst still holding the same angle. You know, I'm still locking down the balcony push there generator. Maybe not entirely and completely, but at the end of the day, I'm safe. I'm still alive. I'm still holding that angle. I live to fight another day, and in that situation, I was able to get that headshot off. So by doing this, you're going to find more success than you would if you just stared and stood there all exposed, waiting for your enemy to appear. You're just a sitting duck, so make yourself hard to hit. Tip number 4, aim for the head. In the end of the day, you can have the fastest reaction times out there, but if you're popping someone in the chest, you're still giving them every advantage to kill you. When holding an angle, be extremely mindful of your crosshair placement and ensure that you have it set to head height. Now, I know that there's going to be a few people out there saying, what about if someone crouch peeks a corner, that I'm going to be aiming over their head, right? And that is true, but let me put it this way. If you're holding an angle with your crosshair placement low and that person turns the corner standing, pre-aiming at your head height, you're going to lose that gunfight. If your thought process is, okay, if I aim for the middle of their body and they don't crouch peek the corner, I'll just flick up to their head. Okay, like that will work if you mechanically switch the fuck on, but if not, you're likely going to miss their entire body, probably even shoot over their head and not landing any consistent shots, no DPS, no damage over time. So if you're holding your crosshair at their head height, and they do crouch peek the corner, all you have to do is drag your crosshair down, and if they then at that point crouch back up out of a crouch position, you're still going to be landing shots to the chest and head. To that chest, and maybe even land that headshot on their way back up. So this one is preference in the end of the day, and I'm sure it'll be up for debate against some of the higher skill players, and maybe they have better reasoning than me, but that is why I will always aim for the head when I'm holding an angle, because if someone crouch, like, I'm not going to go back through it, but just if you want my advice, I would say always aim for the head, okay? Tip number 5, hold tighter angles. This sort of ties into tip number 3 in the way that you should always be trying to make yourself a harder target to hit for your enemies, leaving as little of your body exposed at any given time. When holding down an angle, be mindful that you don't have to necessarily be watching the entire thing. Sometimes you might be better off holding a pixel peek, waiting for the visual cue, and then strafing into the shot. This is sort of hard to explain, so again, I'm going to show you what I mean in a quick custom lobby. Okay, so let's imagine that your team is going for the defusal just behind that bed over there, right? It's your duty to hold a rotation from theater. So you could hold a rotation just like I'm showing you right now, right? Wait for them to come through and shoot them as they sprint. But look how much of your body is exposed in this situation, how much of your upper body and your head is being shown. So if you were to switch the angle to something more similar to this, like more of a pixel peek, yeah, you may not necessarily be able to hit that headshot, but all you'd have to do really is just, wait for the visual cue, strafe out, take the shots. Excuse the poor attempt of shooting there, but yeah, you get the picture. You don't necessarily always have to hit the shot, just wait for the cue. If you start implementing some of these tips and tricks, you're going to see a vast improvement in your ability to hold an angle. Improving your reaction time is important, but equally as important is body positioning during the hold. With both of these combined, you're going to make your enemies think twice about peeking at an angle with you in the game. So once again guys, drop a comment on what you want to see next week, and be sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. It really is the best way to support a small content creator like myself, and it does not go unnoticed. Mwah. With that being said guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.